Okay. Not that, not that. This, that, and that, and that, and that. And we're good there, so we can close this. All right, let's see if our social stream is... It might already be up. We'll see. Let me load this. It's possible. It's been pretty quick lately. So I'm not going to... Look at that. It is.
Got
Okay.
mail, man.
Oh, jeez. Of course, I forgot to silence my phone. I picked it up to silence it, and of course, that's exactly when it went off. All right. So go ahead and say activate. All right. That appears to be working. We'll verify that in a moment. This is good, so I can go ahead and close this. And, okay. So we show... where am I? We show Twitch chat is live, and we show that YouTube chat is live. And so all we have to do is make sure these are actually working, and we will be good. Okay. So, oh, I have to go over to multi-stream here, and I have to hit this button to enable it. Oddly, I didn't. Oh, my mute's on. Let me unmute. Which I found out is I can actually click that button for that. All right, so let's do a quick test one. I don't see it, so hold on. It's has selected the wrong window again. That's fine. Let me go to here. And I have to uncheck the box. Let's go down. And let's try this, maybe. Hey, there it is. All right. So we'll say test 2. And there it is. Although it still seems to be going away really quickly. Hold on a minute. I thought I had adjusted this. I was next to positive that I had adjusted this so that it would take longer to go away. Auto hide messages after 20,000. I know I adjusted that. Wait a second. All right, let me turn it off. Turn it back on. All right, let's try this again. I knew I adjusted that. Test 3. Let's see how long that takes to go away. Let's see. Should be 3 minutes, I think, is the thing. Because, I mean, there's not enough people that talk usually that I can't sit there for 3 minutes. That way, in case I... Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, we're good. All right, shrink that. Okay. So I know that's working, so I can go ahead... which image am I going to work on, actually? That's a good question. Huh. Oh, you know what? I'll finish this one. Okay. Wait, that seemed like a... Hold on, that seemed like a short amount of time, though, too. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me make sure I did this correctly. Oh, I forgot. Hold on a second. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to do this really quick. We'll say, let's do this. Hold on. Sorry, I forgot. Whoops. That I was going to do this. So we'll... Oh, jeez. Oh, I have to sign up for an account. Okay. Yeah, I don't need tips and news, thanks. And I went to the wrong thing. Come on. There we go. I love it when there's a window that's clearly in focus to what you're doing, and yet, somehow, it doesn't want to actually let you focus on it. Let's see. Did I still... hold on. All right. Just a second. Okay. All right, there we go. Just make sure I see what I did there. All right, good. Sign up. Signed in. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, you know what we're gonna do? Actually, if this thing ever finishes loading. Come on. Come on. How is it that it's... that figures. It's working on one side. It's not working on the other. Hysterical. All right, anyway, let me look at the social stream thing really quick. Since I'm waiting for that. Anyway, that's delay showing messages. That's 60,000 milliseconds. Hold on. Let me make sure my calculations are correct. Give me a second here. Milliseconds to seconds. Actually, milliseconds to minutes is better for me. Let's take a look. All right, let's do what is... Wow, yeah, my math is terrible. Hold on. That's why. I don't know how to do math. 180. All right, there we go. Check the box. Now, do I have to push this button again? I might. All right, let's see if it works. Test 4. All right, there's test 4. Now let's see how long that takes. Is this thing still stuck? Wow, it really is. Huh, look at that. Hold on. And I just, you know what? That actually tells me something. What? Live broadcast says stop to attempt to start an event. Well, that's because I closed the app. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to happen. All right, so let me do this again. Let me go to the thing. And let's click that and start. Okay, it should pop up. And yes, there it is. Okay. All right, now. Full HD. Yeah, sure. Well, don't I have to do an upgrade thing or something? It just told me I had to upgrade. Now it's telling me I don't? Didn't it just tell me? Okay, this has got to be like a temporary thing. All right, whatever. It's working. Okay, let's see. So let me do that. Turn this off, and you should see. Hold on. Let's see if this thing actually works. Hold on. Should, but who knows? And of course, it's not there. Why is it not there? It was there before. Oh, did I? You know what? I know why. Because I have to select the window. So it's the same thing with this every time. Okay, that's easy. I know where it is. It's right here. Ta-da! There it is. We're good. We're good. All right. So you should be seeing this now. Well, I don't know that you really need to see that top bit. That doesn't seem like it's going to be of any real use. So let's do this. Oh, you can't. I can't move it. Really? I can't resize this thing? Oh, because I'm broadcasting. Okay, never mind. That's fine. I can leave it. No problem. All right, so what you're looking at here is a design that I'm just finishing up for a Magic card, actually. I just want to get the colors dialed in on this thing and the cracks. Because this is, I basically, if you see up here, these notes are the actual marker colors I'm going to use on it when I do it. I've started it. Whoa. Hey, Chameleon, how you doing? Happy Monday. Hope you are doing well. I guess I should say, how are you doing? I knew what I was doing. So yeah, this is going to be, once I have I started the line work on the card, but once I get to the color portion, I've been doing this lately so that it's easier for me to be able to figure the colors out and not have to do it as I'm looking at the card. So if I do it ahead of time, it's a lot easier. So that's what I'm doing here. Although, you know, honestly, I'm at the end of this. I know what I'm doing. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like. A little bit of color there. Yeah, okay. Whoop. Oh, and a little heavy on that. There it goes. Not that it really matters. Nobody's going to see this, really. Wow, that is so loud. Hold on a minute. I got to turn that volume down. Whoa. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's because, interesting. I'm doing well. I'm trying out a new program to mirror my iPad, and it seems to be working. So I'm probably going to give this. I'm planning this stream to be a little on the shorter side, 45 minutes, I think, because honestly, I really want to play Death Stranding 2 this evening because I'm having a really good time with it. And I just feel like, where is this in relation to everything? Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm kind of itching to get back to that. But I wanted to at least test this this Let's View thing. I think I tried it the last time. And thank you, by the way. Yeah, this came out well for a character I've never heard of. This person asked for this Destiny 2 character, and I think I said this in the last stream. I had no idea who it was, but I looked it up, and I'm like, wow, that's a neat design. So sure, I can do that. I actually just got an email from somebody about a card earlier today, but I'll be honest, I realized something. I'm down to less than half of the foil artist prints because you get 50 of them. I destroyed one, so technically I only ever had 49 because I wrecked one. And I'm not going to sell those for a while. I'm just going to kind of sit on those for a bit because, you know, once those are gone, those are gone. So I don't want to just blow through them. You know, which I kind of went back and forth on it because I could sell them and make money on them. But at the same time, you know, if somebody comes along a year from now, I don't know, I go back and forth on it. But I have plenty of other APs. If people really want my work, they could buy one of the other ones. I have plenty of the non-foil Shieldreds I still have a bunch of. And then I have the Elos and the Lagomos cards. So what's with the XP thing in the chat? Oh, that's a Twitch thing. I don't know. I noticed that I was on somebody I follow stream the other day, and it had the XP thing too. Or wait, oh no, I'm sorry. In YouTube, yeah, I don't know what that is. I noticed that YouTube, because Twitch has something like that, and I guess YouTube's copying it. I have no idea what that is. It's not anything I set up, so I don't know what it does. But I was watching women's professional pool, which I absolutely love. And I, you know, said, hey, the stream looks really good. It said, you just got 25 XP. And I'm like, for what? Saying the stream looks good? I don't think it cares what you say, but I saw that. And like I said, I know Twitch has had a thing like that for a while. So I feel like YouTube is trying to, you know what? Let's find out together. Hold on here. We'll do this. You can look at that for a minute. I'm curious. I'm going to look that up because I don't know what that crap is either. So let's see. Why does YouTube have XP now? Bet you somebody on Reddit's asked this question. Hey, look at that. Oh no, XP glitch. What? What is going on with YouTube lately? Well, that's a question for the ages. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what? Nope. I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know what that is either. A guide to understanding the new super chat. Well, yeah, but I don't have super chat. I don't have enough people. That's not what it is it? No, I don't. You have to have, I think you have to have like 100 or 1,000 followers, don't you? Hold on a second. That can't be what this is. Wait a minute. Let me look at something. YouTube. Let me look up my own my own stream and see if I can tell what it is. I don't think so. I don't think my stream is eligible for super chats. I'm positive it isn't. I don't have enough people. Yeah, I only have 58 subscribers on this channel. There's no way that's what it is. Let me just look at it in my thing here. This shouldn't cause anything to crash. I'm just curious. Oh, but then I can't see the chat. Yeah, hold on. Let me jump over to. This is so weird. I'm jumping into YouTube to look at my own thing. Oh yeah, look at that. I see it. You're number 1. What does that even mean? 0 XP. What is it? You can do it. Keep showing support. I don't even know what this is. Yeah, but I see it. I see it on the thing. But yeah, there's no super chat option. So I think they've just implemented some version of, I don't know, I guess you want to call it like, oh, hold on a minute. I got to kill this or it's just going to sit in the background eating up my battery. Let me just force stop it on the phone because it never stops properly. I don't know what that is, Chameleon. I don't know. I really don't. Because like I said, I didn't enable anything, and I know I'm not anywhere near where super chats will be possible. So, yeah, I think they're just doing it as a, hey, keep chatting, because that's engagement on YouTube thing. So they want, I mean, that kind of stuff bothers me, too. It's just a way to try to encourage, I mean, who cares? Who's got the most chats in a free chat window? Is this really something we care about now? I mean, come on. It's just so stupid. Because, yeah, there's no other explanation for that. Like, well, keep at it to be the number 1 chat person. And what do you get? Nothing. Now, did this stay? Oh, yeah, it went to standard def. I knew it. Hold on a minute. Can I do this while I'm... Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can unlock the HD thing. Hold on a second. Subscribe. Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Oh my God, it needs, I can't just do it hold on. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it wasn't going to be this easy. Hold on a second. Because I am curious. Come on. Oh, keyboard's not in the right spot. Hello? Why is my keyboard not responding? Hold on. Oh, it's in there. Hold on. It was trying to, it thought that was going to be my password, huh? Yeah, okay. Give me a second. Ooh, I don't think I typed that right. Hold on, I have to actually, because my keyboard is elevated from where it usually is, I have to pay even more attention than usual. Hold on 1 second, Chameleon. I don't need a badge to tell me I talk too much. Professional. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't need that either, and I don't know why. Honestly, it bothers me that they just enable that on a channel. I'm going to look to see if I can turn that off, because I just don't like even what the messaging of that is. You know, why do people have to compete with each other on chatting in a live stream? Really? We're at that point now that we have to compete on who's talking? I mean, really? That's kind of sick. All right, payment successful. All right, I'm waiting for the screen to refresh now. Now can I, oh, there we go. Now I can bump it up to full HD. And now I can turn this off, and it should be nice and crispy now. Yeah, because now I've got FHD turned on. So there's fake HD, so that must be 720. All right, let me just do one quick thing here, which is to set a calendar reminder. This is a tip, by the way. If you subscribe to something and you're not sure if you're going to use it, set a calendar reminder for 3 days short of a month if you subscribe monthly, which I'm doing. So I'm going to put renew/cancel let's view, because if it works, I will do it for a year. It's only $30, but I don't want to commit to a year and then have this thing be a buggy mess in a week. So I want to have that come up for, we're going to do August 1st, right there, save. That task is now in the queue. So on the 1st, I will have a pop-up saying, hey, do you want to keep this thing or not? And if I do, I'll subscribe for a year. If not, then it's gone. And I'll go back to trying to figure out what's going on with Reflector. Reflector was a one-time purchase, which actually is a reason to recommend it if it works for you. Unfortunately, it's just not been working for me, which I don't like to say. Let's View, I will say, it seems a little easier to get it set up. It seems like it'll encourage spam messages from people who want the points. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so much stuff that's just purely predatory because they know that people will respond to it, and it just bothers me. And so if there's a way to turn, but there probably isn't a way to turn it off. I'll bet you anything it's just system level. It's probably just something they've turned on for everybody as a feature, and you probably can't turn, or I probably can't turn it off. I will look, because honestly, I don't want it on, because it doesn't do anything to help me. All right, so yeah, that's that image. I've got the colors pretty much locked in now. Yeah, that's it. So let's jump over to this. So this is another image I'm working on. This is going to be a tricky one. So this is based on, and now I realize that halo's got to get bigger. This is based on a real character from folklore. Hold on, I got to recrop this. And I'm going to attempt to pronounce it, but I'm going to screw it up. Hold on, I actually have to look it up because it's such a weird name that I can't even remember. So it's horse skull. It's like lurd word. I'm getting it so wrong. Hold on. All right, here it is. Mary, M-A-R-I. You know, I'll write it. Here, you tell me. Oh, wait, does it have a thing? Welsh Fairy Lloyd. Avari Lud from South Wales. Avari Lud, I guess. I will write this, and you will tell me what it's supposed to be. So here. Oh, hold on. Let me do the cropping first. We're going to thin this out because I'm not going to need quite that much room. But we're going to expand this way. So do that first. Then I'll recenter the image, and then I'll write this name, and you can tell me, right? So let me do this. Let's go to a new thing. Let's get this. Here is the name as it is traditionally written. Ooh, hold on. Let me do this in a thicker pen so you can see it easier. This is the name. All right. Mary. That's an I. L. W. Y. D. That's the name of this thing from, like I said, apparently Welsh folklore. And I think that's supposed to be Amari Lawud. I don't know. Anyway, that's what this is. I saw a picture of this somewhere and somebody was talking about it. I was like, wow, that is weird looking. And I was like, yeah, all right. That sounds good. That sounds like something fun to draw, because it's different. Now let me center this thing. Is that centered? That's centered. Okay. So then I probably have to go to the drawing guide, and I have to do a recenter on that. There it is. Oh, yeah, that's centered. Okay, perfect. So the idea is it's this figure. Now, I'm changing a few things about it. It's a horse skull in a cloak with lots of flowers kind of as like either a crown or a necklace. There are no feet, traditionally. I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks Latin or Greek. Yeah, it's Welsh. So I don't know where it originated, but it's Welsh, believe it or not. And so I'm trying to do something that's going to be a mix of somewhat intimidating with the horse skull, and I'm putting the horse bone feet there, but also kind of nature with the flowers. So the cloak is open. Normally you don't see inside. I don't know what you're supposed to see. I imagine maybe the rib cage, but I'm going to have flowers inside. And then they're just going to go to the bone feet. So I want it to be kind of a mixture of things. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We're going to try it. So, all right. But that does remind me that I do want to, I want to redo that halo. I want to make, sorry, yes, I got it. Go here. Let's do a clear. All right. Let's do this. I want to make this circle bigger. Okay, that's definitely not a circle. Let's try this again. All I have to do is get it. Come on, really? That should be close enough. Hold on. That should have been close enough to make it a circle. Let's try that. Come on. Oh, there we go. Circle. Okay. Is it one of those legends like Bigfoot in the Weird One with the goats? Oh, you know what? Actually, no. I think it's supposed to be... I mean, it is a legend, yes. The idea is it is a wassailing, the tradition of wassailing, a house visiting wassail, and an orchard visiting wassail. What is a wassail? Oh, people going door to door, singing and offering a drink from the wassail bowl in exchange for gifts. I don't know what any of this is. The horse person was a tradition performed at Christmas time by groups of men who would accompany the horse on its travels around the local area. They typically include an individual to carry the horse on a pole. It's like the horse skull on a pole. A leader and individuals dressed as stock characters such as Punch and Judy, who are puppets from like the 30s or something like that. The men would carry to local houses where they would request entry through song. The householders would be expected to deny them entry, again through song, so they would sing back, "No, you can't come in." And the two sides would go back and forth in this manner. If the householders eventually relented, the team would be permitted entry and given food and drink. Wow, there's a whole thing behind this. I'm not going to get into this now. So, no, this is more of a, I don't know, it's like a Christmas thing, I guess. I don't know anything about it. I just saw the image. And I thought, whoa, that's interesting looking. And so I decided I wanted to try to do a version of it. And that's what this is. Or that's what this is intended to be. Now we'll see, if it actually works out. Because no guarantees it will. But, I don't know. What are you doing? Don't do that. There you go. So we'll see. So this is, I'm just doing like a rough kind of pattern for what the bouquet will follow, like a halo of flowers that'll be floating on the head. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this ends up. I don't know. Let's see. It's super weird. Yeah, it like I said, I saw somebody post about it, and I thought, wow, that's different, because I'd never heard of it before. Because it has such a distinctive look to it. But you can find it. If you look that name up, you'll find images of it all, and they're all different. There's lots of different versions of it. But, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. So I think the idea is going to be... where's the cloak? I think the idea I want to try with this, is this the cloak? All right, so let's name these so I know what I'm doing. Cloak, that's the horse head, I'm sure. So we'll say head, okay, head cloak, feet, or legs, I guess I should say. All right, not let's, L-E-G-Y-S, yes, legs, thank you. So I think I really want to put a lot of flowers in this. I don't draw flowers very often. So I think So like, let's do this. Let's do a drawing assist. Let's switch over to ink. And this is holding up okay, so that's good. So like here, I think from under the sleeves, there will be flowers and, you know, like leaves and stuff like that. And, you know, this is not what the final form of the flower is obviously going to look like, but I'm just kind of sketching a bit so I have a layout. Some flowers, leaves, flowers, flowers, leaves, leaves, flowers. Will be coming out from underneath these sleeves, or these, I don't know, whatever these things are called on a cloak. I don't know enough about cloakery to tell you, but that's a leaf. And then we'll do more flowers and leaf and leaf and flower. Whoops, come back. Thank you. And flower and leaf and flower and flower and leaf and leaf, flower. Okay, so right, that will go like that, and then there's going to be, let's see. Flowers are so hard to draw for me, especially really detailed ones like roses. Well, yeah, I don't generally go with roses, but basically what I do is, because I don't know if there's a specific flower associated, because they're difficult. But honestly, I mean, to be completely frank about it, I could jump to what, this one? Is this the one that has them? Right? I could come here. Don't I have one flower that's like hidden? No, that's the sun. Where's the? I thought I had one big flower somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Right? So I could literally, I can replicate this, and then do a flatten, and then do a copy. Jump back, since I already have the flower. Let's see how big that is compared to this. So if I do a paste, yeah, see? Oh, whoops! I didn't realize crap. Hold on, sorry. I didn't realize there was a, what do you call it under that? So let's do that. Let's duplicate this group again, but this time let's turn off this. Where's the sketch? Wait, is the sketch not there? Hold on, I don't see it. Wow, that's weird. Is it not there? That's the lines, that's lines, that's lines, that's lines. I wonder if I... Huh. Oh, I see what I did. Yeah, I see exactly what I did. Flatten that. Move this out. I see what I did. Oh, I need the colors, though, so the colors have to come up. Hold on. Flatten. Merge down. Delete the old group. Do a copy. Come back. Come here. Do this. Do a paste. And now I have an instant flower. I could do that, and it would be that easy. And I don't know why I wouldn't necessarily do that. So I'm going to just leave this flower here because I can always use it. I will probably do some, but honestly, I just look for flowers that look relatively easy to draw. Honestly, there's so many different flowers. You don't have to do a complicated one like a rose. Although roses, honestly, once you do a couple of those, you figure out there's sort of a pattern to them. But I agree, there's flowers that are really insane to draw. And I don't bother trying to draw them. And I also really don't care if they look completely accurate. This flower you're looking at here, this does not look exactly like the image I based it on, but you know it's a flower. So who cares? That's the thing. Unless you're literally doing like a painted still life, accuracy is not going to be it's not the point. So don't sweat it. Anyhow, let's turn that off for the moment. Let's move that way up here so I know what it is. Put that right there. Okay. Okay, so, and then I want to have, what layer was I on? There, that one. Let's move this above that. Okay, and let's do another one. And so again, similar to that, this is all going to be flowers and stuff in here. But it's going to sort of form a rib cage, I guess, or it'll just go to, you know what I'll do is I'll have flowers to a certain point, put like just this like stuff coming out of here. This is all just obviously very sketchy. This is not meant to look like much of anything except for a placeholder, some vines and stuff coming out of here, right? And then we'll do all this. And then I think underneath that, it'll just be darkness. I'll just black out that whole thing, but you'll have the flowers there. And then, you know, they'll flowers, stuff like that. Vines and that type of thing, whatever I end up doing. Right, so we'll do that. And then the feet on the bottom. So let me just go ahead. The legs look good. I don't think I have to. Oh, you know what? I do want to do something with the legs. I'm going to go ahead and do a. Which one is this? Okay. Let's do a new one of this. I do want to, on the legs, I do want to have like some shading. So we're going to have like some shadow lines coming down. Like that. Have that going there. Because bone, I always like to do kind of. Actually, this is way too thick. Sorry. Just realized what I was doing. Clear that. I should have turned the line weight down. Turn it down to like 3. There we go. Yeah, see, that's better. And have that kind of trail off. And we'll just do this. Just kind of simple shadow lines on here. Because the bones are... I like to have lines on the bones. I don't really know why, but I've always liked the idea of kind of doing these type of crosshatch lines on bones. It just looks better to me. So hold on a minute. I'll read that in 2 seconds. Let me just get these lines up here. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, whoa. The only bad thing about this... Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I guess I can't minimize that. The only bad part about this thing is it keeps jumping in front. It's not that I can't draw one. It just takes forever because I don't particularly enjoy it. Well, yeah. I like drawing characters. I'm looking to draw gore lately. Too weird. Oh, no, I like gore stuff. That's okay. That's not weird to me. Not at all. Hey, you draw what you want to draw. I mean, that's the reality. And honestly, there's nothing weird about gore. I love gory movies. I like horror movies. I like all that stuff. It's funny, especially when it's unrealistic. Like I could, you know, look. I could easily just have like a, just to give you an idea, like an eyeball here. Let's just do something that's just out of nowheresville for a minute. All right. So we'll do some eyes. Could have the cords coming out. Gore's fun. It's great. And just have like blood exploding off it, and you know, eyeball coming out, just going everywhere, and tendrils all over the place. That's fun stuff. Look. Why not? You can do it. It's easy. It's fun. It's all silly, guys. It's not anything you have to worry about. It's just silly gore. Exploding blood eyeballs coming out of them. Look at that. See how fun and easy that is? You have coming down, running down the face. You know, if I really wanted to make this scary, which I don't. This is all going to go away in a minute. But sure, just, you know, why not? Gore's fun. You know, Bernie Wrightson, one of the greatest comic book illustrators, and used to do lots of horror comics. Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, you know, Dracula, all this stuff. People love that stuff. We act like we're not supposed to, like, oh, it's gross, but you all love it. Everybody loves it. Look at that. Exploding eyeball, right? Come on, it's fun. That's okay. Actually, for doing that in 2 seconds, that does look kind of goofy. I'm not leaving that. But anyway, like I said, it's fine. Gore's fun. It's a way to kind of, you know, separate the reality of the fact that we're all on this rock for only a certain amount of time. Lightens the load. It's okay. If you like drawing gore, draw it. Let me just undo all that. Because we don't need a... This will not have bloody eyeballs. But anyway, back to what I was actually doing. That's fine. I don't draw a lot of nature either, to be honest. I mean, I've drawn more natural stuff in the last couple months just because of requests than anything else, like the cybernetic horse. Now I'm drawing this. This is probably the most I've ever drawn horses in my life at all. I can't even think of the last time before these images I even thought about drawing a horse. It's just not something I generally do. I have no problem with horses. They're fine. I don't dislike horses. I'm just never inclined to really draw them, you know? So it's not something I typically do. But anyway, you draw what you want to draw. Don't worry about it. It's not weird. Do you know how many comic book authors draw. I mean, Chris Burnham, if you want to see somebody who draws gore in a very, very interesting way, look up Chris Burnham, Burnham. I started inspired by a character from the anime Jujutsu Kaisen, and then I started experimenting more with it, and I like it now. I've always had a darker style. Yeah, that's good. Well, then you found what you like doing. That's okay. Look, I'm sure you've probably heard of an artist named Junji Ito. If not, look that up. You want to talk about somebody who's widely recognized as, a horror artist who's got a just magnificent style. So, we act like this stuff is, we're supposed to like be ashamed of drawing gore and liking horror movies and stuff. Why? It's everywhere. It's always been part of human history. There's always been horror stuff. There's always been ghost stories. I mean, some of the earliest trick photography was around the idea of spirits and making people think ghosts were real. Well, why do you think that stuff happened? Because we all have that sort of thing where we sort of like being scared to a degree. There's levels to it. Some people like more, some people top out at Ghostbusters. Other people are into stuff like The Exorcist. That's okay. It doesn't all have to be the same either. We don't all have to like the same stuff, but there is a natural kind of inclination towards darker stuff. We like to pretend that there isn't, but of course there is. It's built into everything, including religion. Right? I mean, most of the major religions have components to them that, if you think about them outside of their religious placement, are horror elements. Seriously, the resurrection of Jesus is, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's a zombie story. That's not meant to be insulting to the religion, but if you are outside the religion and you hear about somebody who died, and then 3 days later they come back, that's a zombie, right? So there's this dude on YouTube, I don't remember the name, but he takes kids' comic books and draws creepy stuff. That's funny. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's funny. I like that. As long as it's not, trying to actively scare kids. But the idea of taking something that is meant to be cutesy and altering it to be dark, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. That's fine. No, you know what? Honestly, I read it as his. I didn't even see the U. I didn't even see it. So you're fine. Please. Don't ever on this channel apologize for a typing error. One of the reasons I'm glad I'm talking and not typing is you would think I was a 4-year-old who just found a keyboard on the floor. I can't type for nothing. So do not apologize about typing errors. Primarily because I understood exactly what you were saying. I knew exactly what you meant, so it doesn't matter. But also, do not apologize for making typing errors. I do it all the time. All the time. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, there was a web series, oh man, this is going back a while now, but called Happy Tree Friends. And it was basically, it was a riff on kind of classic kids cartoons, but all the cutesy woodland animals were like blowing each other up. One was like an insane PTSD ex-soldier, like a Rambo type. And the reason it was funny and it worked is because you understood that it was making fun of this cutesy stuff. So again, this idea has always been around. And so your thing about, it's weird. No, it isn't weird. It's not weird. It's part of human existence. That's why if you look around at like Medusa, right? The Medusa imagery and the kind of classic image of Medusa where the snakes and everything else and the fact she turns people to stone, and that if you look at actual stone images, like older images of sculptures of the Gorgons, I love the Gorgons, they're awesome. If you look at that imagery, that was a response to, honestly, to seeing dead bodies. And people were trying to, through creative expression, they were trying to grapple with the idea of what happens to the human body after we die, because it doesn't stay looking like it does when we're alive. And so the way that they kind of wrestled with that and the way they could explain it was to create these horrific sculptures of essentially dead people. And that's where a lot of that stuff comes. There's a lot of that where it's responses to those things, to things that were inexplicable. And that's where artists would take it and they would try to render it in a certain way. So again, this is all part of stuff that we all have. There's nothing that is weird about it, except that we make it weird. That's the weird thing, is that we somehow try to cover it up. And we don't want to understand what it actually is, that it's a method of trying to comprehend things that don't necessarily have an obvious explanation. So no, there's nothing weird about it, especially if it's something you enjoy and you have a good time with it. And not to mention, there's lots of other people who draw that type of stuff. So how weird could it really be? Hold on, I think I have to cough, so let me mute my mic really quick. Hold on, where is it? There it is. Hold on. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to cough into the mic. So like I said, it's not weird. It's not weird. Like, again, Bernie Wrightson, Junji Ito. These are well-respected artists who people, when you see their work, you don't think anything's weird about it. You sort of marvel at it. Especially Bernie Wrightson. Man, Bernie Wrightson. Boy, Bernie Wrightson can do some stuff with line work. Oh, you know, just such a... And a lot of the guys, a lot of the people who worked on like EC Comics and all those old horror comics, these comics have been around forever. And they were Tales from the Crypt. Oh man, there was Tales from the Crypt. I think it was Eerie Comics. I can't remember them all, but the EC Comics, they were all horror comics. You know? So no, there's nothing weird about that stuff. There really isn't. We somehow have decided to make it weird because I don't know why. I really don't. This stuff is not, doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. There's nothing actually weird about it. It's fine. Horror stuff is fun. Why do you think there's so many Friday the 13th movies? And people keep watching them and they keep wanting to make new ones. Well, if it was so weird, they would have stopped because they wouldn't be making any money. They're making money because people want to see that stuff. It's fun. Right? Saw movies. Not my cup of tea, but hey, obviously people are watching them because they wouldn't keep making them. Not really for me. Like I said, you know, I saw the first one and went, okay, that was fun. And I never had a reason to watch any other ones. But that's just me. Obviously, there are people who really liked those movies and they kept going. So somebody was making money off them. Otherwise, you know they wouldn't be making them. Let's see. We can just move that down into this group. We do not need to redo this. Again, do not reinvent the wheel if it's not necessary. So we just got to fit that in right there. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's right. Wait a minute. Is that off on that one? No. I'm going to move it over just a hair. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Buddy. There we go. Yeah. So there we got our feet defined. I'm going to have to do detail work on the skull too. Which I will, but I'm going to wait till that's colored. Geez, you know what? It's actually in pretty good shape already. For not really having done much to it. Not bad. Where is... these are all the separate bone layers, right? Yeah, they are. Because... when I drew this originally, I was doing, you know, going over certain lines, but they're fine. This is how I want it to look, so I'm just going to go ahead and merge that down. Let's mask that off because we don't need all of this leg. So we'll just mask that right there. Try to. All right, did I do the paint one? Yeah, I did. Okay. I forgot this image is pretty big. But, yeah, like I said. Nothing weird about it. Let's see. I did draw some flowers I like recently. Speaking of which, a subscriber sent me their OC to draw. I don't know what OC means. I'm sure that stands for something. OC to draw, and she's got flowers coming out of her. The best flowers I've drawn, but it took me days. All right, you're just going to have to do me a favor and define what OC is. Why are those messages disappearing so quickly? I thought I fixed this. Did I not fix this? Message mechanics, yeah. Yeah. I did all this. Visibility. No, it's not that. Limit mess. No, it's not that. No, it's not that either. Let's see. OC. Oh, original character. Got it. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, flowers aren't easy. I don't think I've ever drawn flowers and felt like it was an easy thing. Part of that is because I don't draw flowers often, kind of what you were talking about with like nature. I don't draw nature very often either. So yeah, if you don't, people who draw flowers a lot, it's going to be really easy. The same way it's really easy for me to draw eyeballs because I draw them a lot. I like drawing eyeballs. I've kind of always liked drawing eyeballs. I don't know why, but I like drawing them and I'm kind of good at them. I can draw an eye really, yeah, I'll show you. I can draw an eye pretty quickly. Oh, I'm on the mask layer. Go here. All right, so, yeah. Okay, not that brush, though. That's way too thick. Just give me a regular brush. There we go. Not that. This. Come on there, right? And I don't know. Let's do this. We'll go ahead and use the circle thing just to make this easy. Whoa. Whoa. When did that show up? Since when is there squares? Wait a second. This wasn't here. Did they just update this? Oh, wow. That's a big deal. Okay, well, not going to get into that in this thing, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fun. It's just some things you like drawing. It doesn't, you know. I'm sure somebody would think it's odd to just like drawing eyeballs, but you know what? No, it isn't, because I like doing it. It's because my eyes are so terrible, so I'm naturally drawn to drawing eyes that work properly, unlike mine. Could be. Oh, man, I got new contact. Got a new contact prescription, and I don't know. It might need to be adjusted. I don't know that it's making my eyesight much better. I'm not sure, but I only wore them today, so I got to give it time. I got to let my eyes adjust, I think. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's an eyeball. Because, like I said, eyes are fun to draw. Hands, not so fun to draw. Mostly because I'm not good at it. Okay, so... I was masking this off. That's what I was doing. Is this one? No, it's this one. Yes. Okay. Let's keep going with that on the paint. Try to actually focus on what I'm doing. Let's see. Okay. Let's do a quick... Okay, and this hasn't frozen. Oh, I'm at 47 minutes. Oh, you know what? Okay. Well, I wanted to do 45, and I'm well past that, so okay. Well, you know what? I like how this is shaping up. I got to figure the flower stuff out, but I'm kind of liking what it looks like because it looks weird. Speaking of weird, this looks odd, which is what I'm going for. So that's actually good. But yeah, I wanted to keep this as a short stream, so I'm going to do that. But luckily, Let's View has held up, so I'm going to try it for the next couple streams and see how it works. Because if this thing works, then I'll just use this. I mean, I have to do a little bit of fine-tuning on it, I think. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. Yeah, so I think there's some settings I have to mess with, so you're not seeing this white bar up here necessarily, but that's okay. I mean, that's just figuring it out. Oh, I probably can't see the settings because I'm actually... They consider this broadcasting, so that's interesting. So let me do that. And then I can probably... Oh, no. Oh, it does a recording. Wow, it can actually record separately from what the thing is already doing. Huh. Okay, well, that's good. It's interesting. Where's the Let's View thing actually live, though? If that's that, how do or do I have to do it from here? Hold on. Let's View, hold on a minute. So if I say disconnect, there we go. Oh yeah, that's why. Worn on clothes. Yeah, thanks, Chameleon. Appreciate you stopping by. Keep drawing the stuff you're drawing. It's all that matters. You're having a good time. Don't worry about whether people will think it's weird or not. Who cares? Who honestly cares? As long as you're having a good time doing it. But yeah, luckily, Let's View so far is working. So I'm gonna stick with it for now and hope that it keeps working. If it does, then I'll stick with it. Yeah, have a good night. By the way, thank you for stopping by and hanging out. And the same goes for anybody who sees this either live or later. Appreciate you coming by, especially as I'm testing things out. Cast. Oh yeah, look at all these. Oh, they even have bit rates. Ooh, a 60 frame mode. Yay. Well, we'll try that. We'll do an 8 megabit. Yeah, okay. I didn't even see all these settings. Look at that. Huh. Yeah, we'll give this stuff a shot. Why not? I just wanted to see if there was a way to, so there doesn't appear to be, a way to get rid of the that little border on it, but I guess it really doesn't matter as long as it works. So that's good. Okay, general, display, storage. Okay, that all works. So we'll try it. Yeah, I want to exit. Thank you for warning me though. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for coming by and hanging out for a bit. I'm going to go play Death Stranding 2 now because I'm having a blast with that game. Playing FedEx Man the game. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or morning, depending on when and where you're watching this. And as I always say, if you are watching this and if you have a creator that you follow, not me, somebody else, if there's a creator that you enjoy, music, artwork, whatever, videos online, whatever it might be, take a few minutes and go support that creator in whatever way makes sense to you. It does not have to be money. You know, if you have the ability to do a donation monetarily to somebody, then by all means do it because I guarantee they'll appreciate it. But that is not the only way that you can support people. You can do that by sharing their work so other people see it. You can do it by simply sending them a note saying, hey, I enjoy your work and I have been for quite a while. Thanks for everything you do. You could leave a review if they do a podcast or a video. Lots of ways you can do it that don't have to involve money. Again, if you can, sure, by all means, donate monetarily and do all those other things. But people get locked into this idea that if they can't send money to somebody, then they'll just keep quiet. Well, those people could use your support in whatever way you can provide it. So whatever you can do, it's going to matter to them. So do whatever you can. On that note, again, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a bit. Let's View seems to be working. So we're going to keep it that, see how it goes. And until next time, once again, watching live or later doesn't matter to me. I just appreciate people stopping by. Go be creative yourself. If you've been slacking off on doing something creative, you should do it. It's good for you. Support creators, create things yourself, because no matter what you make or how you make it, it's going to benefit you, and you just never know when somebody out there is going to see something you do and respond to it. And that's a wonderful thing, especially if you're not expecting it. That makes it even better. All right.